Hippo, and I want to talk today about a tool that I use quite a bit when I'm shooting video. Specifically, this guy. This is a Cinepole. It's a piece of PVC pipe, sealed a couple end caps. It's got a quarter 20 stainless bolt through the head of it. Quarter 20 is the standard thread that's on the bottom of pretty much every camera in existence. And just threads on here like this. And uses GoPros too with the correct adapter. It's handy because you can hold it, up over for shooting down. Hold it like this down on the ground for tracking shots. Out, reach, up, over. You can kind of get a flying kind of a motion with it. It's a really handy tool, and despite not being that long, gets a lot of use. Obvious question is, okay, well, what's the advantage of that over a selfie stick? And I happen to have one of those right here. This came with a GoPro accessory set that a friend of mine bought. Again, same quarter 20 thread. Get that on there. And this is pretty handy. I mean, this could go in the pocket of a PFD. Extends out to about 3 feet. You can do most of the same things with it. Use it as a selfie stick if you really want to. Disadvantages of this: it's a little floppier, a little flimsier, and this guy will float a camera if you drop the whole assembly in the water. Even though this is waterproof, it won't float. This will float it. What that's worth to you, that's up to you. I've also used the Cinepole as a walking stick a few times. Sometimes handy when you're stomping through the mud and trying to not fall on your face, which is a little embarrassing. So instead of just talking about it, I thought today we'd actually make one. And so I'm going to bring the camera back and show you my tools and my parts, and we'll go from there. So this is the tools I'm going to use for it. Tape measure, of course. A little ratchet with a, what do we have here? 7/16 bit socket. Power drill, drill bits, and a Allen wrench. For materials, got this is a quarter 20 stainless bolt. This one's a socket head cap screw. Quarter 20 stainless lock nut. Couple of stainless backed rubber washers. These are really handy. I use them a lot. And a couple of 1-inch end caps. And then this is, it goes on for a ways, but 1-inch Schedule 40 PVC pipe. Really handy stuff. You use a lot of it. It's cheap. It's easy to work with. And, all the things you could want. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do here is cut my pipe. Cinepole can be any length you want. This is a 3-footer. I used this earlier this week on a paddle. Found it was a little long to use in a boat. It sticks out off the end of both sides, gets hung up on stuff. So today I'm going to use a 2-footer. Something else that's real handy sometimes is they make extending poles that telescope out to, well, more or less any length you want, but I've got one that goes out to about 15 feet, and that's really handy once in a while. It's kind of a special purpose tool, but when you need it, you need it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first square up the end of this pipe, just do a quick cut on the chop saw, then I'm going to make a 2-footer today. So I'll measure 2 feet and make the second cut. So I cut that off just to square it up, and I'm going to measure it and cut it again. So now that I've got my pipe, next up is prepare the end cap. And let's see here, I'm going to use this one. It's got less stuff written on it, which will make it a little easier. I'm going to move the camera up.
If you feel the strong desire to stuff some insulation in your holes and cover them with some melamine, I have some leftover insulation.
You're so going on YouTube with that.
It's amazing what happens when you make a trip to a work site you haven't been to in a while. I went up to the crow's nest. I found the trauma shears from the shop. I found the staple gun that I couldn't find. I found the goddamn footstool, step stool that we were looking for.
Where it ended
Oh
up.
yeah, it was up there for hanging insulation. This is a fantastic little Cinepole.
Yeah, it's yours.
It's mine. Oh, did it come with
It came with the GoPro from Alaska.
Oh, cool. I didn't know I owned one of those. Sweet.
It's a little flimsy, a little wobbly. But on the other hand, it will fit into the pocket of a PFD.
It's going to last about 3 saltwater excursions, then it's going to be fucked off. But that's okay because we'll get more use out of it than if we didn't use it.
Yes, 3 is more than 0. At least I think it is.
What are you making with these?
I'm not sure yet.
No.
Assorted things, floats for cams and. So, with that out of the way, next thing I'm going to do is drill a pilot hole in one of these end caps. Just an 1/8 inch hole, but it's easier to hold the bit steady with an 1/8 inch than it is with the 1/4 inch that I'm going to use for the final hole. So that's just a pilot hole, gets it in the right place. Positioning on this is actually really not that critical. Going back through with the 1/4 inch. Yeah. Yes, technically you should use a drill type instead of a hammer driver type, but you know, the bits fit in here, so we're going with that. So,
I know you don't need a heckler right now.
there's also the asshole type, you know, that comes in handy once in a while. So I'm going to put the bolt through the first of the washers. Goes up through the end cap here, which, you know, it's just always the easiest thing in the world. Second washer goes on. And then the lock nut. Nylon. Some places call these nylocks, lock nut, whatever. Take your Allen wrench, goes into the base of the bolt. Socket. Some people would say that you should put some kind of a sealant on this. My experience has been that these washers under compression seal just fine. I've never had problems with getting water in my Cinepoles, but you know, if you're worried about that sort of thing, you can certainly do that. I'm going to grab a rag here and clean this up a little bit and then glue it together. This is a generic purple primer. Okay, actually I want something different. That's a primer, this is an actual cement. This stuff is nasty and toxic and don't breathe it, don't get it on you. You know, all the usual. Don't try this at home. So I'm going to get a big glob on there. Wipe it around the inside of the pipe. This is my screwed end. Doesn't matter which one you do first. Then do the same thing for the end that you already put the screws through. Just get a big glob of it in there. That stuff smells just wonderful. And it goes together like that. This stuff will go off in about a minute or two and will be stuck together until the end of time. And there we have it, a 2-foot Cinepole. remarkably handy little tool that you can make in 5 minutes, 10 if you share a shop with an asshole. Till next time, see you later.